Hi guys, just to let you know that we now have some Jam Sarny merch. There's only limited amount available. We have some t-shirts and awesome hoodies as well. If you'd like to get some, go to www.everpress.com/jamsarny-range. Stay jammy. Hi guys and welcome to the Sunderland vs Accrington Stanley match review. Apologies that the setup's a little bit different. I'm not where my setup usually is right now. But it's definitely a tale of two halves. First half, we actually started with a 4-4-2 formation, which I think everyone was crying out for, but we played it horribly wrong. The gaps in between defence, midfield and attack were way too big. That was forcing us to play who-fit football, and it was absolutely appalling to watch. Absolutely appalling to watch. Accrington, I think after the first sort of 20 minutes, where we did play quite well, we had Maguire and Grigg up top. We played all right, made a couple of chances. Grigg had an absolute sitter, pulled back to him, back the penalty spot. He opens up his body a little bit too much and he spoons it wide. He had another chance as well, which maybe, arguably it was a bit more of a difficult chance, but he didn't put that one away either. White seemed ineffective, and we were crying out for someone to sit in the hole between midfield and the strikers. Gooch seemed ineffective on that right-hand side. McGeady, he was all right, probably our only real attacking threat in that first half, other than Grigg, when he did miss that sitter. But in the end, it was Accrington who went in the lead, and probably rightly so. After that first 20 minutes, Accrington dominated in terms of possession as well. And it was Baldwin who gave away a penalty, stupidly. In that first half, I think Baldwin and Dunn were absolutely appalling. Absolutely appalling. They were shocking. The positional awareness of Dunn was shocking. They were constantly getting on the wrong side of the men. Dunn was all over the place. Baldwin was too hesitant, throwing himself into challenges, particularly with the penalty. That was awful. He was so panicky on the ball, Baldwin, rather than keeping it calm. There was countless times where, Ledbetter or McGeady, the more experienced players, were screaming at like Baldwin and Dunn, because when they had loads of times, they just panic and just hoof the ball just aimlessly and just handing them possession back over and over and over again. And it was just an absolutely dire performance. Absolutely dire. One of the worst I've seen so far this season. At this stage of my life in particular, in that first half, it was absolutely shocking. Second half, I thought that Ross would make a change straight away. He didn't. I think maybe he might be guilty of being a little bit stubborn. Jack Ross, he hasn't played Maguire for several weeks. Which I will get onto in a minute, but Accrington come out kind of more of the same, made it 2-0. Made it 2-0, horrendous start, brings Maguire on, completely and utterly changes the game, brings Wyckoff, and Maguire comes on, and he sat in the hole between the midfield and Grigg, who was up top. And he was absolutely excellent, almost like a free roaming role that he had. He was picking up the ball, running at them. He was so positive every time he had the ball. He was influencing the play, and he was giving us that link up between the midfield and the strikers. And he ended up setting up both goals for us to make it 2-2, which was absolutely fantastic to see. And that's when you need to question Ross. At that time, I'm not jumping on this parade of, or bandwagon of, Ross out, because I don't believe that's the right thing to do. Just some of his decision making probably has to be questioned. Maguire, where the hell has he been over the last few weeks? He's not even making it into the squad. I don't know whether Ross has had this idea in his head of what he thinks that our perfect squad would be, but it hasn't been working out. So we haven't been scoring goals or more than one goal since mid-December. That's shocking. We've drew the majority of our games this year. That's not promotion form. I think the stubbornness needs to drop, change your idea, change your game plan, because it's not been working. He's brought Maguire in, finally. We've been screaming out for weeks because he's been one of our best players this season, and he was excellent, completely changed the game. We had more chances as well. The majority of the chances we made in the second half came through Maguire. We brought Morgan on as well, who replaced Gooch, because Gooch was poor for me, didn't do anything for me. He worked a little bit on that right-hand side, but he wasn't getting at the defence enough. Morgan come on, he was a little bit more creative. But all in all, I think you just need to say that Maguire needs to start. And I think if you're going to play 4-4-2, I think it should be more of a sort of 4-4-1-1 with Maguire is that sort of centre forward role and that sort of free roaming role because I'm just playing a flat 4-4-2. It doesn't work. Leadbitter and Honeyman together in the middle. At first, for the first 20 minutes, it looked like it was working well. Leadbitter was sort of being the holding role, whereas Honeyman was breaking forward, and they were working that out quite well. But then we just seemed to drop off, and those gaps just started to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's almost as if our confidence just drained, and it just wasn't working. So yeah, I think you can say, brilliant character, I suppose, if you want to take a positive from it. But as far as the result goes, absolutely piss poor. Definitely not what we need. It's another draw. And, I'm not throwing the towel in, but it really isn't good enough. It's so off par. That first half, I nearly just turned away. It was that bad. It was so shit. And again, I keep doing these reviews and I finish it off by saying we need to improve, because we do. We're constantly talking about this next gear that we need to step into. And if anything, I feel like we're dropping back a gear at times. Again, Dunn and Baldwin, horrendous. Absolutely horrendous today, both of them. I was shit scared every time the ball got near any of them. They were absolutely awful. I'm not going to say, out or, get rid of him or what have you, because Baldwin, he's done a lot more good than bad, I think, this season. But today he was awful. Dunn seemed an absolute liability today. Just all over the place. Wasn't marking his men properly. There were times where they were breaking down either wing, and he's just completely gone. You don't know where the hell's he gone. Where's Dunn gone? Half the time he'll be sat on the edge of the box where we're dropping deep, and he's leaving men free. He just can't track his man. He's awful at doing that, and it just needs to tighten up at the back. But yeah, going forward, we need to win the next game big time. We really do, because we don't really have those games in hand anymore. I know everyone plays tomorrow, so we might have, I think, one more game in hand. Well, we don't have that to rely on anymore. We can't keep saying, oh, well, we can win these couple, and then we need to stop relying on other things to go our way. We need to win games ourselves and push us to where we need to be. And if we continue like this, it's not going to happen. We are going to have to settle for a playoff place if we get that, because this isn't promotion form right now. So, all in all, good character to get back into it, I suppose. Results shit. And Maguire needs to start. That's all I can summarise. Maguire man of the match by a country mile. But yeah, big improvements needed again. So that's it. Another relatively depressing one. But if you have enjoyed, apologies that the setup isn't fantastic, but that's just the way it had to be today. If you have enjoyed, hit the like button for me. It'd be massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sarny Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.